Good afternoon. Welcome. We have a lovely day for this concert. I promise to keep my introduction short so that they have more time to share about themselves and to give us this concert. So we're so happy to have Francis Drost and Johnny Tice with us, very gifted musicians. So let's welcome them.
I decided to move down to the floor, and then I forgot to move my mic, so pardon me for a second. You want to say hello, Francis, while I move this?
Hello, Francis, while I move this.
Well, thank you for coming out. I know I've got a few family members here and towards the front that are residents here. So my grandma, Dorothy Musser, if any of you know her, she's a resident here, and then also my wife's grandparents, or grandpa and his wife, Anna, Leonard and Anna are here as well. So if you know them, that's why I chose Landis Homes to do a concert with Francis here. Any of you guys that were here for last year when we did this concert? A handful of you? Wonderful. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you don't remember all the songs we did, because we'll probably repeat a few. Just so those of you that don't know, I serve as the director at Spruce Lake, and Frances is a frequent guest there. She is one of our worship leaders that she comes for various retreats. And so we just wanted to bless you guys with some music, and we get to practice a little bit before she comes in October for our Walking in Wisdom Seniors Retreat, which if any of you want to join us, just wanted to share a little bit about that, October 7th to 9th, and we'll touch on that later. But let's start with a little music and enjoy our time together.
sing a verse with us? On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. For 'twas on that old cross Jesus suffered and died, pardon and sanctify me. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a Thank you. Well, I was silly in the beginning, but I'm Frances. I'm from Newville, Pennsylvania, as a violin. And I thought, oh, great, another one of those. And, everybody tells you when you're a musician, they tell you about their kids who write songs and poems and all this. And I thought, he's probably going to be a screechy player. But to be kind, I said, why don't you get out your violin? Let's try something together. And oh, man, wow. It was like he knew exactly what I was going to do, which is part of the fun of what we do when we play. We don't really know what we're going to do. We have a plan, we have an idea, but like, hear the bells ringing. I now know what we were going to do, but I couldn't remember at the moment. So I made something else up, and he just follows, but that's part of the fun today. So this next piece is one of my favorite hymns. It was written by a Presbyterian pastor who lived in Lockport, New York, and every morning he would go out running and look at Lake Ontario, and he would say to his staff, I'm going for a run, I'm going out into my Father's world. And he wrote this piece.
In the meantime, if you want to pull together all of your grandchildren's poems, Frances will be happy to read through them after the concert. That one's called Be Still My Soul, if you don't know one. Just a beautiful melody. As we just sit and kind of, this is not just a concert to enjoy music, but we also want to quiet our souls for what God is maybe doing in your hearts and allow you to be able to experience worship as you enjoy the music this afternoon. So hope that one was one of my favorite melodies there. It's beautiful. Brethren, we have met to worship is the next one, and I think you'll enjoy this rendition of that song.
Well, that was unplanned. That's what's fun. Let's see, this next one is All Creatures of Our God and King, and another beautiful melody, but we're going to see if we can change things up a little bit. Thank you. Well, it's totally useless for us to come up with a plan unless
we followed it
it's
for the
written
most part.
down. So these are some cute things that Johnny said while we were practicing just before, like at 1:45. It doesn't have to be worked out to be good.
That's right.
And it's hard to lose your way if you didn't know where you were going in the first place. I'm writing these down and I'm going to put them in books.
Dangerous.
There's something else you said last October.
Don't find it.
There's one that you said, oh, it's written in my journal. I just can't remember what it is at the moment. That's the thing about getting old. You're not old yet, but I'm getting there. And a gentleman said to me one time at a church where I was serving as director of worship, he walked in on an Easter morning and he said, you know, the fun thing about getting old is you can hide the Easter eggs and you don't remember where you put them. So it's like looking for them all over again. So, my goodness, what are we going to do now? We are done like in 27 minutes. That's not good.
Well, no, we're not done yet. We have more.
We're not done yet.
We have requests and stuff.
We have requests. Okay.
Do you want to talk about your Christmas show before this one at all?
About my what?
What you've done for Portraits of White at all? As your Christmas show that you've done in the past?
Oh, well, sure. Because are we going to do requests first or a
Or
holy
is that-
night?
Oh, I don't know. I had it beforehand, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that year that I met Johnny and we played together, I'd been working on a Christmas show, annual Christmas show I was doing called Portraits of White. And I already had plans made and musicians booked. But I said, oh my goodness, we got to get Johnny in this show somehow. And I'd been working on an Oh Holy Night arrangement, and it was just for piano, it was just to feature me. But I felt like we should have Johnny play. And this, honestly, I joke about it, but the fun thing about working with Johnny is, I mean, there are musicians who improvise and so forth, but there's just, I don't know what it is. It's your gifting, partly just, it's just as if we've played together all our lives. It's a strange, unique thing, but it's very beautiful. I feel like as if I would have had a musical brother, you would be it. And we would have practiced together, maybe, growing up. I don't know. Would we have? But, so I said, Johnny, here's what I'm thinking on the piano. Why don't you see if you can come up with something on your violin? And he said, well, can you put something, like record your ideas? So I had a little studio at home, and I recorded what I thought a violinist would play. I've never played the violin in my life. So I didn't know what they were supposed to do. I just knew what I'd hear in my head, and I sent it to him, and then he made it his own and worked out his own arrangement. And it's become still one of my favorites in the show. But Portraits of White is an annual Christmas show that I put together over 10 years ago to share my journey of Christmas with audience through my music. I lost 2 siblings when I was young. One of them drowned in our farm pond when I was just 6 months old, and he had just turned 2. His name was Nathan. And then when I was 7, the pastor of our church came to our house and told my mother she'd lost another son in a tractor accident in northern Pennsylvania. And it really affected our family. And to this day, it still reverberates through our family life. So I don't say it lightly when I say if I would have had a brother, he would have been like Johnny. And I can imagine my mother said we had a lot of fun together, even at just our young age. So there was a huge loss. So when I was 33, I decided to skip Christmas one year and figure out why I felt so sad. I mean, I tell you now, and it makes sense, but at the time, I couldn't put it all together. Because we were a Christian family, and a young person goes to heaven when they die, right? So it's all good. But we had this huge pain in our family. So that Christmas, I skipped Christmas, and as a songwriter, I started writing music about my experience. And next thing I knew, it became an album, and then I felt like, well, we should share this album on stage with an orchestra and tell the story, and so I started that Portraits of White. This year will be year number 11. I was going to actually retire it last year. But this year it's going to be at Sandy Cove on December 1st. So if you're on Sandy Cove's mailing list and you see Portraits of White pop up, that's me. So this song is from Portraits of White show. We had Johnny play that year, and we still do it in every show. And at the end of this song, we're going to give away a DVD because this age group still knows what DVDs are. How many still have a way to play DVDs? Please say yes. Just raise your hand, even if you don't. So we're going to give one of these away. It was the year 2020 when we couldn't do shows or live things. So I said, well, hey, I've got all this footage it's not Hollywood quality, but it's nice, and it has this duet on there featuring Johnny. So here we go. Oh Holy Night, right after Easter.
Well, if you guys have a few songs that you'd like to have us do, we'd love to create an arrangement on the fly for you. So if there's a hymn, we'll specify, not any song, something, hymn or a contemporary song or whatever that you guys enjoy that you'd like to hear an arrangement of, you can raise your hand and we'd love to work out our best arrangement for you. So any requests? In the back, yes.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
We can do that. See. Another hand over here.
Just a closer walk with the New Orleans style.
New Orleans style. Where's New Orleans? I think that would be like a jazzy-ish type of a thing.
Okay, so true confession. I grew up Brethren in Christ, which is a cousin to Mennonite and a cousin to Amish, and I was not allowed to listen to pretty much anything except classical. Does anybody relate? Except classical. So I don't even know where New Orleans is. I certainly didn't know what jazz was till I started Portraits of White. And then we had some jazz musicians like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So I will give this my best shot. What was the song?
Just a closer walk with I believe, right? Yes, yeah. Just a closer walk.
Why don't you lead it off?
I don't know if I remember the melody.
I am weak, but thou art strong.
I think it's better if you start it because I'm going to have to fill in some. That's not one I know that well. Sorry, Francis. Oh, yeah. That sounds, sure.
It's not like the 1920s, is it?
No, probably not.
Now you do it now that you
Couple more? Yeah. That we can do.
I don't know that one. Should we start at A?
Sure.
I don't know why I told you what key. You never need to know anyway. It's hard for me not to make a dramatic one out of this. So let's see how it goes. buffet, though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance come
Leonard, what do you want? Only if you know it.
Seems like there's more to it than that. Do I have it? That's most of it? Is it in the hymnal? This hymnal? Keep singing, I'll follow you. Yes, that higher note. I bet that's the hook. I thought I could hear it, I could feel it, but I couldn't quite get it. Now that we know it. You play the, can you play the melody?
Not really.
Now you know how I feel. Okay.
You were doing great.
I'm on the spot all the time. It's your turn. Wow, what a gorgeous melody.
That's pretty.
Thank you. I could have a good sob session right about now. My mother used to walk around the house singing that.
So that's the problem. You weren't singing it.
Are we done with requests? Oh.
Up from the grave he rose.
Oh, sure.
For Easter. D or?
I hate to keep doing it in C. D?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
I'm lost now. That's enough.
When I close.
Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have started that one. I know better.
When I close with greatness thy faithfulness. It's pretty brave to take on Hallelujah chorus. All right, do we have one more, maybe one more request? We
like,
got to
"Don't
fight
do
for
it,
it. All right,
don't
yeah,
do
I've seen your hand a few times.
Oh.
That was one of the ones we were going to do anyway. That's great.
All right. Wow. I shouldn't have. It'll take me all afternoon to recover from that one. See, the problem is, I usually just do those first few phrases. And everybody's impressed. And I never finish it, and they think I know it. This time I thought,
I
oh,
think
you
I
know.
changed the key on you also, so
Yeah. Okay. So what was the request? Oh.
how great they were.
Oh.
Well, thank you for, yeah, we'll do that. Well, we'll do one more. If
Okay.
we're going to close with Greatest Day.
Yeah, but let's give this away. To who? Let's see. Who loves snow
And has a DVD player.
and has a DVD player? Okay, the lady in the back with both hands up, all in. This is yours. Just come up and get it afterwards, or we'll bring it to you.
Well, thank you for being with us. It's been fun to make some music together. I think when we take breaks from what's normal in our life and find ways to just be able to experience beauty in different ways, that is a refreshing thing. So I hope that was what you guys were able to enjoy today with this time together. That's also kind of what we do at camp. So if you want to keep us in prayer at Spruce Lake, how many know of Spruce Lake Retreat over in the Poconos? A lot of you, yeah. How many of those hands? Most of you have been there, I assume, as well. So. How many went there as a camper ever? Anybody? Yeah, a couple in the back. That's great. So we've been around for 61 years. 1963 it was established as a Mennonite camp over in the Poconos of Pennsylvania, part of the Franconia Mennonite Association for Mennonites that were down in that area. Actually started as kind of like a disaster relief thing, but have grown out of that. We do all sorts of things. Had about 48,000 guests come through Spruce Lake and Pine Brook last year. So God's doing amazing things there. For those of you that haven't been for a few years, you should come check us out. We'd always love to have you, but we've got a brand new lodge building that was built about 11 years ago, and then a second gym out at the Wilderness campus for those of you that have been out there. So we have a youth campus where we minister to all sorts of kids throughout the year. And we're also now under construction for 16 cabins out at our youth campus where we run our overnight camps. So that's a huge undertaking, a big project that God has blessed us with amazing support. It's we used to have these platform tents, basically, that kids would be on for summer camp all night long, all summer long, and we're building very, very spiffy cabins, but to be able to try to reach more people and year-round. So just keep us in prayer, and if you'd like to continue to take a break from the normal and come for a retreat, we'd love to see you guys. October is our seniors retreat, or for anything that we'd love to have you in for. So. Keep us in prayer, please, as we go into the summer, and we'd love to close you out with Great is Thy Faithfulness.
Thank you, thank you. That was very just inspirational, worshipful, and excellent. Thank you. It's amazing how quickly an hour can go by, days like this. So may God continue to bless your lives, your ministries. Thank you. Let's give them another hand. All right, you're dismissed, and we'll look forward to having you back again. So thanks.